The symbol of excellence at the Tournament of Champions. Only 2 men can wear the ring. Here, there is no second chance. You lose, you're out. These men must face the challenge and dig deep inside in order to survive. It's a test of strength, a test of power, a test of pride. It's the ultimate test of the summer. Which champion will wear the ring? A beach in Cincinnati, Ohio, sure. First lose the skaters and clear the rink. Here come the dump trucks, 37 of them. Pour out 800 tons of sand, and voila, beach. Up go the grandstands, fill them up, and we are ready to go. Yes, we are live from Cincinnati Beach. You heard it right. Here on the banks of the Ohio River. The crowd is energized. Shaking and baking today. It's the championship final of the $100,000 Old Spice Tournament of Champions. Hi again, everybody. Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunderland. Welcome to the most unique format on the AVP Tour. 16 teams, single elimination. Both teams in our final will be undefeated. One of those teams, Karai and Steffes, they won the most majors. They won the most money. They've won the most tournaments. What more can they do?
Take up tennis. That's the answer you get if you ask what the rest of the players on tour want Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes to do during the offseason. But if you ask Karch and Kent, all they care about is winning more tournaments. They have been dominant over the last 2 years. The best players, the best conditioned, wonderful discipline, and really underrated chemistry. This is a team that just comes to play each and every week.
All right, let's talk about the opposition. A mild surprise. The team from Brazil, Eduardo Anjinho, Jose Loiola. What a story this would be. They have never beaten Karai and Steffes. They've never won a tournament in America, but they're playing well today, and they just could do it.
Well, it could be history. No foreign team has ever won a Pro Beach event in the United States. Anjinho and Loiola, the game starts with serving. They ace Ricky Ludes and Randy Stoklos to win the quarterfinal, and Randy Stoklos was upset about it.
What's up, boo, man? Don't you understand? Don't you understand? So go outside. I just said something to him. We'll go out. Come on.
Stoklos was gone. The Brazilians moving on into the semifinals, and once again another ace. This time against Scott Akatubby and his partner Adam Johnson, and match point. And the Brazilians were on their way.
Jose Loiola and Eduardo.
It is going to be 1 game to 15. Karch Kiraly, 32 years old. No regrets about leaving the USA team indoors. Very, very fresh at the end of the season right here. Says some of the other players might be facing burnout. His young partner, 25 years old, Kent Steffes. Steffes has won 18 tournaments this year, including Brazil. If he wins today, he will set a new individual record of 19. The opposition, and they have a lot of support. Jose Loiola, he is the 1993 AVP Rookie of the Year. He is the highest jumper on the AVP Tour, and he predicted last night that this would be his tournament. His partner is Anjinho. It means little angel in Portuguese. Anjinho will serve. He is the smaller of the 2 Brazilians. He has won in Brazil. He has won in Uruguay. He has won in Argentina. But together, they have never won in the United States. Here we go, Anjinho in red serving. Steffes rocks it. So Kent Steffes will have the ball. The 4th man to win over $1 million. Says he wants to be the first to win $2 million, and he just might do that.
Come on.
Karch with a dig. Loiola with a blast.
Unleash finishing from the left side. You talked about his ability to get out of the sand. Really, I think the key is his partner right here. Anginio has got to be able to side out. He's going to get virtually every serve. Kirai and Steffes is going to gear their defense to stopping Anginio.
Jump serve is too long. So the serving error for the Brazilians, and Loiola. Karch Kiraly will have the ball. He's the two-time Old Spice King of the Beach. One more tournament coming up in September. The individual championship crown. Karch misses his serve. Both teams are perhaps a little tight. Crowd revved up. And 1 game to 15, a $100,000 tournament. Anginio just missed. So 3 straight service errors. If you're serving crappy at the start of a game, does it affect everybody?
Well, I don't think necessarily. The Brazilians are just trying to serve tough. That's what got them into the finals throughout the course of this tournament. They're going to continue to do that, but they've got to control the ball well on their own side. Otherwise, they'll have to serve a lot easier.
Karch has it. Looking for his first point. And he gets it. 1-0 Kiraly Steffes lead.
Talking almost exclusively about the Brazilian service game, but Kiraly and Steffes can whack it pretty good as well, finding the lines, finding the corners.
Steffes, and he's into the net. So 4 early service errors. Anginio and Loiola will have the ball. They joined the tour in February, didn't play in the first couple of tournaments, but since have done very, very well. Over. Kent. And Kent slides under the net, but the put away established. Our first referee in case of controversy is Jim Leonard.
In case of, or when we get to controversy, Kent Steffes hammering the ball across court.
And now Karch Kiraly will serve. And he lobs one in. Nice set. And Anginio puts it away. I was talking to the Brazilians earlier, Paul, and they said the key for us is our side out. If Anginio in red passes well, Loiola can give him a good set in front of him.
Well, the key, obviously, for both teams, one of the reasons why Kiraly and Steffes have been so successful all season long, ability to side out, put the ball away effectively, run your offense, keep the other team off the scoreboard.
Steffes. And Steffes, second chance, whacks it down.
Loiola can jump, he can block as well. Head, shoulders over the net here, soft block, and Steffes staying on it.
1-0 Kiraly and Steffes. Serving has been pathetic so far.
Well, particularly from Kent Steffes, having trouble with his toss, getting it too low, not far enough out in front of him. Steffes with a couple early. He's got to keep the next one in.
Jose Loiola serving. He whacks it into the bottom of the net. Of course, you know, if you follow pro beach volleyball or any kind of volleyball, the jump serve, very high risk. Lots of errors. Now Kiraly in the pink hat. Let's see if he goes to the lollipop jumper. It's an easy one. There it is. Watch this hit coming up. Loiola. I got it. Karch has it. And Karch is there.
You said watch Loiola hit. We were waiting for that, but he hit the ball 2 straight down, led to this, and Kiraly takes the angle away from Anginio on the board once again.
Beautiful setup here in Cincinnati. Technically, we're at Sawyer Point as Kiraly misses another jump serve. It's 2-0. Kiraly and Steffes have the lead. Kiraly and Steffes have won 17 tournaments together this year, a new AVP record. As Anginio will serve. Karch. And out of the reach of Loiola.
Anginio was there on Karch Kirai's cut shot. The Brazilians much more experienced, much more knowledgeable now against the team of Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes. They've scouted them. They know their tendencies.
Steffes leading 2-0. Loiola.
Come on, kid!
And he dinked it out of bounds. The Brazilians were so impressive against Scott Akatubby and Adam Johnson, Paul, but they have come out a little slow here.
Well, I think you saw, we talked to Anginio and Loiola in the players area, and Loiola was amped. I think he's come out very, very tight. And when he wasn't able to put the ball away early, establish his offense, maybe now, you know, you see that pokey. He's not in a good rhythm, not real confident.
He's not really a poke master, is he?
No, he's a bomb master.
Yeah, the bomb master. Loiola And he misses again. So jump serve adding up for both teams. 3-0 early action as Karai will put the ball in play. Service errors. Lots by Karai and Steffes. Lots by the Brazilians. Starting to add up. And Loiola finally gets it. Seems like he's tiptoeing in to hit.
Well, this is not the time when you're the underdog, when you're the young guns, really the top young guns on the Pro Beach Tour, only 22 and 23 years of age respectively, come out and play.
Here comes Anjinho. That's trouble. And it's stuffed. Nobody can out-jump that guy.
No, not even Karch Kiraly. That ball's just set too close to the net. And Loiola's going to get his big right paw all over it. Not a bad pass. Steffes just gaffs the set. It's too tight, and Loiola hanging around, swatting the ball down.
1 serving 3. Game to 15. Karch snaps it through. And he'll give his team the ball.
I think it's very, very important that the Brazilians stay in striking distance. The first couple of side changes, change sides, multiples of 5, Pro Beach Volleyball.
Loiola. And he whacks it off the hands of Karai. It's a very, very interesting story about the Brazilians. Came here to the United States under penalty of suspension from their home country, Brazil. They have been suspended for a year. They don't know when it starts or when it ends, but they know they've been suspended. They haven't talked to the guy. As Karch puts it away, but it's a gutsy situation for them. It took a lot of courage to come here.
Well, they know they cannot go back to Brazil and play for a year. The guy is one of the most important men in all the world of volleyball, the head of the Brazilian Volleyball Federation. And like you said, it's like an open-ended year. They don't know if it started in February, it starts today, or starts 6 months from now.
Eduardo Anjinho will have the ball. He's the smaller of the two Brazilians. He's won over $81,000 this year. 13th on the computer, so he's had a fabulous year. And the Brazilians just can't get their jump serve in. This usually tends to demoralize the Brazilians. To see how it affects them in this one. 3-1 Karai Steffes.
Look at that. As badly as the Brazilians have served, Karai and Steffes have served worse.
Loiola poke, and he got that one in. Jose Geraldo Loiola Jr. As we've told you many times, all Brazilians have 3, 4, 5 names, and then they have a nickname. The heaviest telephone book in the modern world in Brazil. Nice shot. Karch cutting into the open area, and Karai will get it. Karch and Kent have only lost 2 games this year to 15 points. All the others have been on time, running out the clock. Karch is there. Loiola, and he pokes it over his head. Nice shot.
The defense in the angle by Kiraly. Obviously, Kiraly and Steffes know the Brazilians. Anjinho with a good cut shot. Karch is all over it. Played the ball with 2 hands, did the right thing. Just too much contact over the top of the net.
56 would be good.
1 serving 3. Blocked! Score!
The Brazilians staying close early. Loiola has fought off the nerves and playing the way he is capable of doing. Rough early, and this time rough on Steffes.
First 3 to Karai and Steffes, next 2 to Loiola and Anjinho.
Leads extremely well.
And off. Steffes goes Anjinho. Karai and Steffes scored the first 3 points, led 3-0. Anjinho and Loiola coming back and scoring 2 in a row. But Loiola hit one out. That's where we stand 4-2. Back set, and down the line goes Steffes.
That's been the key for Kiraly and Steffes all season long. They've won 17 out of 22 tournaments. Perfect pass, perfect set, all the shots, the court open for side-out opportunities.
2-point lead for Karai Steffes. Into the net again.
Steffes got to make an adjustment. His toss is bad, and he's just not making good contact, and he's costing his team right now.
Loiola is going to serve now. One of the challenges they've had is learning English. Loyola's learned his English by watching exercise videos and reading books.
Right.
Down the line goes Karai.
Now, the books I'll buy, but
Just asked him again, exercise videos.
Yeah, but that's not, he's not watching in order to improve his English.
Try to serve 4-2. His team has the lead. And Junior right to Steffes, who pumps it.
Good strategy to throw one in on the other guy. Kirai and Steffes have been serving Loiola, and Gino getting into the mindset of being a setter. All of a sudden, hey, they're serving me. He's not ready. It costs him a point.
Loiola. Now, normally, Loiola would have hit that straight down against almost any other blocker on the beach, but Kirai and Steffes have them well scouted.
Well, and Loiola just wants to hit almost every ball across his body, no matter how far to the right or his inside that it's set. And so you just keep moving the block inside.
And Gino serving, his team trailing by 3 and out of bounds. So Kent Steffes will tee it up. He has won $399,878 so far this year in 18 tournaments. Nice. Loiola again.
A little luck and a very composed setting maneuver by Anginio. Shank pass. This should be trouble all over the place. The ball goes into the bottom of the net, hangs there for a second. That's the lucky part, the composure. Good, accurate set.
So far, the serving continues to be lousy.
If this were a tennis match, the first serve percentage would be about 10. It's about as bad as I've ever seen it.
14 service errors early. Little tip over the outstretched hands of Steffes. And now Anginio will have the ball. You're wondering about the Brazilian tour. 16 tournaments on that tour that runs from May through December. So the Brazilians giving up that tour to come to the AVP tour. Prize money down there, $15,000 per tournament. And you can see why they came here. 2 serving 5, and another serve out of bounds. Should they go to a float serve now, Paul?
Hey, I don't care what they do. Just get the ball in the court. It destroys the rhythm of the match for both teams. Kirai and Steffes can't set their defense. Neither can the Brazilians.
You know, interestingly, I've had a number of people tell me when talking about the Brazilians that their style is very reminiscent of St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos, just a younger Samba version of beach volleyball's winningest team. They learned by watching Smith and Stoklos down in Brazil. And Steffes puts it away. Both teams very steady right now. 5-2. Kirai and Steffes lead by 3.
Not much pressure to side out. Half of the side outs have been given away by service errors.
And the other half of the serves are lollipops, which means you're going to get licked. And Gino Karch has it. Oh, double contact.
That was, as we call, a chuck. Short for up chuck. You've got to get the ball into your hands in one smooth motion, simultaneous contact, and then watch the transfer. Good chuck. And that one's out of there with lots of spin.
And Gino serving, trailing by 3. And Karch whacks it into the corner.
Good set by Kent Steffes.
Talked about Steffes winning 18 tournaments this year out of 23. Only one player has ever won them all. That was Ron Lang, who won 7 in a row back in 1966 as Loiola tees off. He won 6 with his longtime partner Ron Von Hagen and 1 with Gene Selznick. Tough to win them all these days. Score remains 5-2. Dig out of bounds. Had lots of hitting, lots of passing and setting, some crappy serving, lots of siding out. Not much defense so far.
Nope, but you can't, you're not going to see a lot of defense when you miss so many serves. You cue into a guy as a digger or as a blocker when you face him. If you serve the ball in the net, you never get that opportunity.
And Gino right to Karch. Kent on 2, Wecca.
Good set play defensively. Fake block against Anginio. He's got great shots. You can't give him the same look. Steffes dropped off Kirai on the cut shot.
That set was going backwards. Hey, full time? And a full timeout. No, let's say it's a 20-second timeout. Let's check out the bracket. 16 teams, single elimination. Let's take a look at how the top of the bracket played out. Cry and Steffes got by their first match. They faced Tanner and Wirtz in the quarterfinals, got by them. Hovland and Lewis going up against Sinjin Smith and Brooke Vandewey. Hovland and Lewis advancing. Cry and Steffes beating Hovland and Lewis 2-0.
Take a look at the bottom of the bracket. Dodd, Whitmarsh, Ludy, Stoklos, the top-seeded teams in that area. Both advanced. Dodd, Whitmarsh losing to Akitabi and Johnson. A great quarterfinal match this morning, 3-2 in overtime. Anginio and Loiola upsetting Ludy's and Stoklos to advance, and then Anginio and Loiola beating Akitabi and Johnson to advance into the finals.
Just to expand on the format, the 16-team single elimination. Each match was 2 out of 3 to 11 points. The third game was 7 points up until the final, 1 game to 15. So a challenging format, one that I know that you and I both like. 2 undefeated teams in the final today. 6-2. Cry Steffes leading here at the Old Spice Tournament of Champions.
Come out when I ask you to come out. Yeah, I called the timeout for you. That's 45 seconds. 45 seconds was over.
Jim Leonard
over
awarded a yellow card to the Brazilians. A warning to come back out a little quicker. Anginio is the most deliberate player I've ever seen on tour. He plays like he's sleepy.
Well, I call him the sloth. He just sort of sloths around the court, but effective when he need be.
Anginio, if you check Anginio with the walk, he's just very methodical, very laid back. By contrast, his partner, Loiola, he is energetic. I mean, when he's watching exercise videos, he's jumping up and down with him. It's up, down, let's go, unto. Ryan Steffes have been nearly flawless so far. And Steffes finally hits one out of bounds. You don't see that very often.
And as soon as you start to say something nice about somebody, they spray one long out of bounds. Anginio and Loiola stay in contact. They're down 6-3, need the 6-4 side change early.
Anginio serving. Serving tough. Nobody there. As Karai pounds it home.
Loiola's had to block the entire tournament. Here making a bad decision, drops into fake blocking posture much too late, gives Karai the whole middle of the court to hit at.
6 serving 3. Steffes with the dig. Can he put it away? Yes. Slowly, methodically, the kings of the beach, Karch Karai and Kent Steffes, taking some control.
The Brazilians needed the 6-4 side change to stay in contact. We talked about Karai's defense, Anginio's defense. Well, how about Kent Steffes? And then where is the block here? No block there. Steffes goes downtown.
All right, we're coming back to Cincinnati Beach. After this, Karai and Steffes by 4. Where dancing Marvin Hall comes from.
Off the seismograph in Cincinnati.
Dining and dancing Marvin Hall. The only dancing referee in professional sports. 7-3 is our score. The Old Spice Tournament of Champions. Our first postseason event. One of the most prestigious on tour. Karai Steffes and Anginio Loiola. Steffes spears one. Again! Can he get up? Nice play by Anginio. What a play by Steffes. Gonna set it. He does, and he's called for the throw. Double contact. Fans don't like it.
You know, I don't like it either. You've got to set the highest level of ball handling standards for the best pros in the world. But to have a phenomenal rally like this, and look at Steffes. Now, here's the play. He goes all the way from the right sideline, all the way to the left sideline, and then Anginio with his own play on the knuckle.
That was a big call because the ensuing ace by Loiola right down the middle now makes it 7-4. So Karai and Steffes could have had their biggest lead. They don't. Loiola and Anginio, a team that has never won a tournament on the AVP Tour. Another ace.
Hey, Steffes might have been looking for the oxygen tank after that run he made, and Loiola going right after him.
Always great strategy to do that.
And Steffes taking a 20-second timeout. A great play, no reward, and now it again.
Talking about the Brazilians, Anginio and Loiola for the first couple of months here in the United States, the Brazilians were renting a small 2-bedroom duplex from Tim Hovland. Since their success on the AVP Tour, they recently moved into Tim Hovland's larger 2-bedroom duplex in El Segundo, California. There's the landlord right up there, second to the end, Tim Hovland, and they are getting into it. Said Hovland's a good landlord, but he won't replace the curtains. They've got some problems with the curtains in the big 2-bedroom. Steffes, Doug! Trying to shoot Steffes. Karch.
Over him.
And the put away.
We got a match going. The Brazilians can afford new curtains. Hov said, to heck with you. You've won so much money, had a great year. Now the Brazilians back into it. What they must do is go on a side-out streak. They have been inconsistent, made some unforced errors. They got to settle out right here.
Nice set. And Loiola is pumped up. He puts it away. If you're not familiar with volleyball, let's explain side out. That means you pass, you set, you put it away, and you do not give up any other points to the other team.
And Loiola much more confident hitting against Kent Steffes than he is against Karch Kiraly, and it showed there on that takeoff and aggressive swing.
Anginho has lost his shirt. Serious business now.
Nobody.
Steffes. And overhand dig did not come up. Both the Brazilians have been working on that maneuver while backing up with their hands up. And their coach, Anna Collier, says what we do is hit the ball at him high near the face every day to get him better at that maneuver.
Positioning very important on the fake block, but timing is what you got to drop off just as the hitter takes his eye off the ball.
Anginho with the whacker. Good set by Jose Loiola. Loiola, the big guy in white, said his 2 favorite things about America: coming here, women, and barbecue. Got a new girlfriend, Pamela, watching back in California. Enjoying the United States to the fullest. That's Loiola.
He told me it was Bodies in Motion exercise show.
Kiraly and Steffes, they were on a roll. They were leading 7-4 when Kiraly and Steffes made a great play. 18 service errors, the worst serving match we have seen on NBC.
This is the worst serving match I can remember in 4 or 5 years.
Of course, your memory's not that good. Steffes puts it away.
It's obviously better than yours.
Kent Steffes will have it. And he'll jump it up. Loiola against Karch. Let's see what he does. And he's blocked! No wonder no confidence.
Hey, he's tentative against Karch. And there goes Loiola's shirt. If I were Karch and Kent, I would serve Loiola, have Karch block all the time. They should recognize the advantage they have in that matchup.
8 serving 5. Game to 15. Steffes with another dig. And Kiraly pounds it.
Brazilians just not consistent enough siding out. High spinning pass, Loiola with a set well off the net. Anginho cannot deal with it, and Kent Steffes has played some excellent defense.
20-second sand timeout to the Brazilians. The Miller Lite Grand Prix has been concluded. Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes, the winningest team on the beach. They will split first place prize money of $113,000. Stoklos, Johnson, and now you get an idea how much money has been made so far. Kiraly, Steffes, near $400,000. Stoklos, Dodd, Whitmarsh, Lewis, Ludies, and Johnson, all over 100 grand. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland at the Old Spice Tournament of Champions. 16 teams started off. We're down to 2. It's 9-5. Cincinnati Beach, horns in the background, boats going by. Lift and net. Kiraly and Steffes score again.
Couple of points in a row. Cannot give them up back-to-back against the best on the beach.
Kings of the Beach leading here in Cincinnati, 10-5. Point, Cincinnati, Ohio, the Old Spice Tournament of Champions. Kiraly and Steffes leading, and Anginho and Loiola 10-5. I'm Chris Marlowe, my partner Paul Sunderland. Kiraly and Steffes led 7-3. The Brazilians fought back, played well, served some aces, and trailed just 7-5. Cut the lead to 2, but Kiraly and Steffes, playing magnificent volleyball, have run it off to 10-5.
I really think it's the consistency of the Brazilians. Loiola just does not have the good, solid confidence against Karch Kiraly, and with good reason.
Jose Loiola to serve. He is the taller of the two with the ball. His partner at the net. Loiola will come up and block, however. At least he should. No, they're going to send Anginho up. And Steffes on 2. That's a play I know Karchin can't practice.
Well, you get a serve that you really think you can control, and instead of passing it up in the air for a setting maneuver, you pass it more trajectory to the net, and your other partner just goes ahead and bangs on 2.
Anginho, and a nice shot poking it over Karai. Karai was dug in for a moment. Anginho getting it. Eduardo Anginho to serve, trailing 10-5. Chance for a point. Loiola. Out of bounds. Out of bounds by an inch. Side out, Karchin can't.
Kind of play you have to make. Unforced error once again. Loiola with his third. They would love to have had that cut the lead to 10-6. Try to get some momentum. You've got to keep pressure on Kurai and Steffes.
Loiola fires one through.
Boy, he just wants to bomb cross court. Puts his head down, and that's where he's going. Kurai was blocking the cross court. Steffes was defending in the cross court.
From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He and his partner both considered rookies, but Loiola getting the Rookie of the Year. He's considered the more spectacular player. Karch. And Karch sneaks it through. Interestingly, Karch is in the best shape of his career right now, he says. He's utilizing a new and innovative stretching program with a guy named Adrian Crook. Crook is a stretching guru that works with the Texas Rangers and San Diego Chargers and works on balance and flexibility. As Anginho taps it in there, a lot of players are going to that now and not working on weights quite as much as they used to.
Well, and Karch has spent years in the weight room, through the years at UCLA, through the years on the Olympic team, and now that he's 32, the key is maintaining strength and preventing injuries. And Kurai told me with his new training program, he's got a new lease on life, so to speak, very energized. He wants to play maybe till he's 38.
Steffes snaps it through. Kurai and Steffes with a 10-5 lead, 1 game to 15 in this $100,000 tournament. Kurai and Steffes having trouble with the Brazilians. The score doesn't indicate closeness, but the match feels a little closer. Steffes, fabulous dig. Lousy set, and Steffes still puts it away. Wow.
That might be one of the 2 best individual plays, surrounded by a crummy set. And I'm talking about the 2 contacts from Kent Steffes. Excellent dig here. Kurai with plenty of room. He shanks it 9-10 feet off the net. Steffes still puts it away.
11-5 now. And Loiola may be running out of a gas just a bit as he sneaks that one through.
I played a lot of games today. Again, 24-team field overall, 2 out of 3 games to 11-point, 7-point tiebreaker after that. And Loiola's been blocking for 3 days now.
Play. Down the line goes Karch. Karch will have it. He's got 2 boys at home with his wife Janice. Said his little son Christian is already starting to bump the ball very well. He says he has a grip for his bump like ex-Olympian Dave Saunders, kind of the cross hand grip. Little Christian. What? Steffes.
Loiola just 2 pattern cross court. You cannot hit the same shot. I don't care how hard you hit it. I don't care if you hit it from 1.5 feet above the net or 2 feet or 3 feet. The defense will be there eventually and get you.
A reminder, tomorrow NBC Sports kicks off another exciting season of NFL football. All gets underway at 12:30 p.m. Eastern with NFL Live. Jim Lampley, Mike Ditka, O.J. Simpson, Will McDonough. Then most of you will see Joe Montana lead his new team, the Kansas City Chiefs, up against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Many of you will see rookie Rick Meyer, the Seattle Seahawks, take on the San Diego Chargers. Or you could see regional action. Check your local listings for dates and times. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland at Cincinnati Beach. The Old Spice Tournament of Champions. Only 2 more events on tour. This event and then the Old Spice King of the Beach in 3 weeks. The individual championship, Kurai and Steffes have led all the way and lead now 12-5.
Come on.
Karch again with a dig. Steffes. Boy, Steffes look fast today. Loiola shooting. Karch is there. Can't shoot Karch. And he puts it away.
What do you have to do to put a ball away? You can't just shoot the ball around the court. Kirai and Steffes are in better shape than anybody else out on the beach, and two of the quickest players.
(13-5), Kirai and Steffes turning the screws. Karch, the call. I'm not sure Steffes could have reached up and got that one. Eduardo and Gino, Jose Loiola have beaten every other team on tour except Kirai and Steffes. Now you have a little idea why. Kirai and Steffes raising the level of their game. Steffes and Gino is there. Loiola tees off.
And you better go quick before Kirai and Steffes get their defense set, because they'll chase the ball down. Good positioning by Anginio. That's the best part of his defensive game, reading, playing the ball, and Loiola downtown.
6 serving 13. Karch gently inside. If you're wondering about time, 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this one. Plenty of time for a comeback, because points can come very quickly on the AVP tour. Steffes will serve. The U.S. champions, Kirai and Steffes.
Would take a bit of a collapse by Kirai and Steffes. And that has been, if Kirai and Steffes have done anything poorly today, and I think that's the only area where they have not excelled in this tournament or throughout the course of the season, they're serving the ball terribly.
13-6, Brazilians trailing the Kings. And Steffes hammers another one. Interestingly, Steffes, when they handed out the AVP awards, once again did not receive a thing. Kirai, his partner, meanwhile, was voted best offensive player and the most valuable player on tour. Karch has the dig. Loiola touched the net. It's going to be another point for Steffes Kirai. So the Kings of the Beach showing why they gave them the crowns. 1 point away from the Old Spice Tournament of Champions title. Kirai and Steffes led 7-5, then turned off the afterburners. 7 points out of the last 8. Kirai and Steffes serving for the championship here. Old Spice Tournament of Champions. And it's out of bounds, and that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Old Spice Tournament of Champions.
Kirai and Steffes will wear the rings. Their 18th tournament win together, further establishing their new AVP record. Too tough. Too much as they destroy Anginio and Loiola 15-6. We'll come back to Cincinnati, hopefully talk to the Kings of the Beach after this.